I saw a video of this. I didn't save it, unfortunately, and I can't find it, but it showed a couple of twats taking down a flag, and then a very concerned teacher acting like a terrorist attack just happened, as if they blasphemed in such a way that the Lord is going to send a tornado upon that unsuspecting school. A little bit of an exaggeration, by the way. There was like a couple of kids that took down a flag. Oh my god. And they said that their pronouns are USA. Like 5 years ago, if you would have done this, no one would have cared. But now, it's like an offense against the Lord. Oh, do not punish us. Blackrock, please. Please still send us money. Do not cast your ire upon us. We will try to raise the ESG back to where it was, and we will punish those students. We will instill those behavior. No, honestly though, they're teenagers, first and foremost. They do not like to have any sort of authoritarian ideology that doesn't make sense being pushed upon them. Like when I was a teenager, it was rock and roll is the music of Satan. And I was like, all right, well, let me listen to what Satan has to say then. If it freaks you out so much, there must be something good about it. Right? And now it's like, the United States is a systemic racist country. Oh, okay, well, then the US must be good. My pronouns are USA. Right? Like this is the whole thing. You are pushing an ideology without trying to convince people, right? This is not about gays. This is not about bisexuals. No. This is about the ideology and the activists themselves, right? Because when you take down a flag, you're not hurting a person. It's a victimless crime, like the left likes to call it. You're against the ideology, right? And the ideology has the part that, oh yes, the United States are evil, heteronormative. Most of these teenagers don't even know what heteronormative means. Like, they do not use these words in their lexicon, and yet you enforce it upon them. You're not convincing them, right? And this is why they're manifesting in such a way, and eventually the teachers are like, oh my god, what is this world coming to? Oh, Dios mío. Right, so apparently the school administrators called the action of students who resisted a middle school, resisted a middle school Pride Month celebration completely unacceptable. Like, why is it completely unacceptable? Like, can't they be neutral? You know, like, there are three ways to feel about something. You can feel contempt, you can feel neutral, or you can promote it. What if they just want to feel neutral? Like, they don't care. They're neither for it nor against it. It's just like, don't want to celebrate. Oh, that's completely unacceptable. They also said it was demeaning to other students while likening it to violence. Yes, I mean, I know this is the left's playbook now. It used to be calling everything offensive. And when that stopped working, they're now calling it everything dangerous. And when that stops working, it's going to be violence. Yes, because when you go to warfare, you know, the Ukrainians who are fighting the Russians, the Ukrainians are using harsh words and criticisms. They're tearing down the Russian flag, and the Russians are like, stop it, Ukrainians, stop it. I'm like, how can we defend ourselves against such levels of aggression? I bet that in the new Call of Duty, they're going to have this. Like, you're going to be able to tear down flags in order to hurt your enemy. You're going to be able to tear down the Russian flag, and you're going to do damage to the soldiers' morale. According to Boston, students at Marshall Simmons Middle School showed their obvious displeasure with the school's Spirit Day celebration. The event was requested and sponsored by the school Spectrum Club, the LGBTQ plus students, and the allies. Again, it's almost like warfare. Like, you got your allies, and you got... The club decorated the school with Happy Pride Month sign, and posters said, why is not okay to say that's so gay? I thought the Don't Say Gay bill was criticized. I generally thought that they don't like Florida Man Bad because he passed the Don't Say Gay bill. And yet these individuals are saying why it's not okay to say that's so gay. So basically, they agree with DeSantis then, right? Like, they like the Don't Say Gay bill act. I'm a little bit confused. Maybe someone can explain to me what this means. Rainbow streamer banners and stickers were handed out while students and faculty were encouraged to wear rainbow clothing. Opposing students reportedly tore down the banners and signs and chanted USA are my pronouns as they wore red, white, and blue clothes with their face painted. The outlets also reported that students were seen being inappropriate with the rainbow stickers used at the event. I love it. It's like being inappropriate with the rainbow sticker. I can also tell you something like why the approval is dropping. You go on the internet, right? Like everyone goes on the internet. Everyone has a social media account. And believe it or not, people do have eyes and they see what's happening around them. They see the double treatment and the double enforcement. Like on one hand, you have the activists, the people on Twitter, which are behaving in a very inappropriate manner by harassing VTubers, by reporting and flagging people, and everyone gets their account suspended, right? The moment you say a joke, like, hey, it's not okay to say gay, right? Like the moment you say something, oh, immediately, terms of service, banned, violation, this and that, misgendering, calling someone a different pronoun, immediately, account taken down. However, when the activists on the other side are behaving inappropriately, nothing happens to them. You know, the word cis is still not considered a slur for some reason, even though every single time I hear the word cis, it's in a negative context. Oh, the cisgender, heteronormative, white men, oh, they're evil. It is a slur. And yet, for some reason, right? So people notice that the rules do not apply the same way. Because if you were to say, okay, well, no more slurs, fine. You know, but imagine having like two brothers in a household, and one brother gets to pick on the other one because the other brother is much bigger and stronger, but the parents step in, and every single time the young brother acts like a douchebag, they ignore it. The moment the older brother says even like something remotely funny towards the younger brother, he gets punished. How do you think that's healthy? Do you think like that will create a harmonious relationship between the two? Or do you think that's going to end up as bad parenting? But it is what it is, you know. So apparently the school principal believes in freedom of speech, but also claims that beliefs that are demeaning to others are not acceptable. Okay, so how can the pro-USA students, apparently, the ones that wear red, white, and blue, how do you expect them to express themselves? Right? Like, apparently tearing down the flag wasn't acceptable. Okay, fine, you know, over the pale. I hope they get expelled. But how should they have done it? How do you suggest? You know, like, if you're the teacher, teach them, right? You're the teacher. I want to see, okay, so these students do not appreciate the fact that you're celebrating this. For whatever reason. I don't know. They could have, like, protested against anything else. It doesn't matter the subject of the protest. But you're saying that they shouldn't have torn down the flag. Okay, what should they have done? How would they have done it? Like, this is my question, right? Because all these public school teachers, it's like, oh, well, we believe in free speech, but... Okay, you believe in free speech. You don't agree the way they behaved? How should they behave? You're the teacher! Like, literally, this is what you do. You do activism, right? Teach them to do the activism. Go on. Of course they're not going to teach them, right? Because it's not about, like, teaching. We don't have schools to teach people how to think, to give them the tools on how to behave. No, it's like what you need to think, what you need to behave. This is how they're doing it. I fully respect that our diverse community has diverse opinions and beliefs. I also respect individuals' right to express their opinions through clothing, choices, or freedom of speech. When an individual or group of individual beliefs or actions result in the demeaning of another individual or group, it is completely unacceptable. If you had cases of demeaning, I would have agreed, right? Like if any of these students that are pro-USA, horrible, I know, how long until the US flag becomes a hate symbol, by the way? I would understand if like they would have been demeaning towards a student, right? Like then you'd have had a point. They turned down a flag. Is it like North Korea, where if you turn down the flag, you end up in prison? Maybe it is, you know? Like, I don't know. Of course, you know, vandalism, horrible. Yes, absolutely. I hope that the full extent of the law falls upon them. I am truly sorry that a day that meant for you to celebrate your identity turned into a day of intolerance. Schools are supposed to be a safe place for all students and faculty. And community members' actions created an unsafe environment. Who got hurt? Who got injured? Who got hospitalized? Like, stop using these words. You're using big boy words now, like safety, safe. Like, what happened? How were they unsafe? Someone turned down a flag. Okay, I understand. Great day of sorrow. But, realistically speaking, who got hurt? The public school superintendent also reportedly wrote a letter to parents to denounce the students. Yes, denounce them all. The administration allegedly claimed that there have been an increase in anti-LGBTQ violence. What is the violence, though? You haven't called the cops. Why didn't you call the cops? If it was violence, why aren't the police involved? I'm in full support though. Like, if anyone does violence, yes, call the cop. But where's the violence? Like, if people in MMA would act this way, there would be no fans. No one would go to watch the fights. It's like, what did you do? You know, like, imagine like two people in a ring. One tears down the flag. That's it. That's the sporting event. Who would go to watch that? No one. What are you talking about? What violence? Like any Spirit Day celebration, participation is optional. Respectful behaviors, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Let's put it this way. All right, fine. If they were to have a straight parade, where it's like straight people and allies get to join, would you be okay with that? Probably not, I assume. But maybe, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is how they should have protested. Instead of tearing down the flag, they should have had a pro-USA, pro-super straight, or whatever they get to label their whatever, and then see how the teachers react to that. Would they allow it? Even a school board member condemned the students for their actions. I didn't think this could happen in our school. Again, these are middle-aged school children, right? Like, if you can't control middle-aged school kids, I think this is what horrifies them. It's like, well, if we can't indoctrinate these children, holy shit, right? Like think about it, right? Like, on one hand, you have BlackRock, you have Vanguard, you have all the social media, you have most of the mainstream news, you have the Democrats, you have the teacher unions, and what does the other hand have? Matt Walsh, he got demonetized. So them with Matt Walsh are able to resist against all this other pressure. I mean, of course they're horrified. I would be as well. If I were to try to use so many resources in order to push a way of thinking, and I see that the people are like on the opposite way of thinking, I'm like, oh, Jesus. Principal Purchase, is that his name? Principal Purchase? Said that the school would look into a program that would teach children about tolerance, acceptance, and respect. Yeah, but like, what if they legitimately don't want to? Like, what if they don't want to be tolerant? Is it illegal? Is it illegal not to be tolerant? Right? Like they're not doing violence, they're not doing anything, they just do not want to be tolerant. I'm a person that's intolerant. When I see something I don't like, I do not tolerate it. Do you do any crimes? No, but I do not like it. Acceptance. I do not want it to be accepted. I do not want others to accept me. I do not want to accept them. I want to be left alone. I do not respect other people unless they respect me. None of these is illegal, is it? Right? Is it allowed? I want to be an asshole. Can I be an asshole? Am I allowed to be an asshole? Apparently not. Apparently we live in an age where the most free country on earth, America, doesn't allow you to be an asshole. Why is that though? Additionally, a parent of one of these students at school who claimed her young child had mental health issues before allegedly coming out of the closet in recent years also suggested that the children should be re-educated. Could you use this as a teachable moment to show kids who counter-protested pride that they can take responsibility for their action and still become allies? Are you suggesting that people who pronouns are USA cannot become allies? Is this what you're suggesting? It's a very interesting suggestion. Superintendent Conti was contacted regarding the district policy on a student group and free speech. Okay. This is very bizarre. Like normally you should have ignored it, right? But you're acting like it was a terrorist attack. This is the way you're acting. It's a national news. Why am I from Romania hearing about this crap? Like it should be like, imagine if you hear in the national news that some kids broke the blackboard or smashed the TV at school. I guarantee to you this happens, and they're probably more expensive than tearing down a flag. But for some reason, no, like this is now breaking news. This is like, oh my God, look at what these middle school are doing. Oh my God, we need to denounce them in front of the parents. Okay. No, I mean, when you have like the crime rates soaring, I'm glad that the teachers are focusing on these important issues, right? Well, at least like there was no mugging at school, no stealing, no thieving, no nothing. When I was a kid, people used to cheat. Like that was the problem. Like teachers would have said that kids are cheating at tests and stuff. I guess none of that happens. It's like the flag is the issue. All right. Well, okay. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.